Monsieur le ministre, cher Laurent, c'est mon plaisir à vous recevoir ici à Jérusalem, with all your delegation. I know that France shares our interest on the ongoing events in Syria that are tragic. I think what is going on there is a crime committed by the Syrian regime against its own people. It's truly shocking, and these atrocities must stop. I have to say, however, that Assad's regime is not acting alone. Iran and Iran's proxy, Hezbollah, are there on the ground playing an active role assisting Syria. In fact, the Assad regime has become a full Iranian client, and Syria has become Iran's testing ground. Now the whole world is watching. Iran is watching, and it wants to see what would be the reaction on the use of chemical weapons. What we see in Syria is how extremist regimes have no reservations whatsoever about using these weapons, even when they use it against innocent civilians, against their own people. And this demonstrates yet again that we simply cannot allow the world's most dangerous regimes to acquire the world's most dangerous weapons. In the end, the extremists use these weapons. So we must prevent them from having these weapons. And I speak here, of course, in the context of Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons. Iran must not be allowed to get nuclear weapons. What is happening in Syria simply demonstrates what will happen if Iran gets even deadlier weapons. I think the situation in Syria also exposes another truth, and that is that there is something very deep and very broad in the turmoil in the Middle East. We see the entire region from Morocco to Afghanistan in turmoil, in convulsion, in instability, and that's an endemic instability that is not rooted in this or that conflict, but in the rejection of modernity, in the rejection of moderation, in the rejection of progress, in the rejection of political solutions. This is, in fact, the core of the problem in the Middle East. It's something that threatens everyone, threatens moderate regimes, threatens Israel, threatens the West, and threatens all those who don't believe in the doctrinaire dogmas that guide the extremists. I say that because for too long people believe that the root cause of this instability in the Middle East was the Palestinian-Israeli problem. It is not the root cause. It's one of its results. It's one of the results of the regional turmoil. And in fact, it is merely a manifestation of one of its many problems. If we have peace with the Palestinians, the centrifuges will not stop spinning in Iran. The turmoil will not stop in Syria. The instability in North Africa will not cease. The attacks on the West will not cease. We want peace for its own sake. We want peace because we want peace with our Palestinian neighbors, because we want to live in peace. And anybody who's been at war knows the consequences of not having peace. But this will not put an end to the region's problems. They are far too deep. There are far too many. They require much more complex solutions, but they require solutions. This is something that I would like to talk to you about, all these things. Our pursuit of peace with the Palestinians, the situation in Syria, the rampant instability in the region, and above all, a goal we share closely. That is how to make sure that Iran does not acquire nuclear weapons. All these and many other things I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to discuss. So welcome to Jerusalem. Bienvenue.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Premier ministre, cher ami.
Thank you, Prime Minister, dear friends.
Merci de la gentillesse et de la chaleur de votre accueil.
Thank you for your kind welcome.
J'ai d'abord un message d'amitié à vous faire de la part du président François Hollande.
I have the greetings and the friendship of the President Hollande that I wish to convey to you.
Je suis venu pour un séjour malheureusement trop court, à la fois en ami d'Israël, en ami à la fois des Palestiniens et d'Israël, et en ami de la paix.
I came for a very short visit to Israel. I came as a friend of Israel, as a friend of the Palestinians, and as a friend of peace.
Et ce que vous avez dit sur la situation de la région et ce qui prévaut ici est juste. Vous avez abordé aussi, pour des raisons évidentes, la situation en Syrie et ce qui se passe en Iran. Je voudrais faire écho à cela en quelques mots.
And I agree with what you said about the region in general. You mentioned Syria and you mentioned Iran, and I would like to speak about that a little.
Le massacre chimique
The massacre, the chemical massacre,
qui est intervenu en Syrie et dont, à l'évidence, la responsabilité est celle du régime, ne peut pas être acceptée.
which happened in Syria and is evidently the responsibility of the regime, cannot go unanswered.
Et la position de la France, comme je l'espère, la position de toutes les démocraties, est qu'il y a besoin d'une réaction forte.
It is the position of France and also the position of other democracies. I hope that this cannot go without a strong answer.
S'agissant de l'Iran, vous savez que depuis longtemps, la France, avec d'autres partenaires, souligne la gravité de la menace et un fait tout simple. Autant l'Iran peut bien sûr utiliser l'énergie nucléaire civile, autant la bombe atomique, c'est non.
With regards to Iran, it has been a long time since France has been saying, not alone, with other partners as well, and emphasizing the seriousness of the threat. We have said several times that Iran can use atomic energy for civilian purposes, but not for military purposes. No.
Il y a un nouveau président. Nous attendons des gestes concrets et précis.
Now, there is a new president in Iran, and we expect some concrete measures.
Et ce n'est pas, contrairement à ce qu'il dit parfois, une question israélienne.
And it
C'est
is
une
not an
question
Israeli question.
régionale et mondiale.
It is a regional and indeed global question.
Et si l'on veut la paix, il faut se donner les instruments de la paix.
And if we wish to acquire peace, we must acquire the instruments of peace.
Voilà, Monsieur le Premier ministre, cher ami, ce dont nous allons parler, et puis beaucoup d'autres choses, et en particulier les relations entre la France et Israël, qui sont de très bonnes relations. Et je veux à nouveau vous dire l'amitié du peuple français et vous dire à quel point nous travaillons avec vous dans le sens de la paix.
This is what I wanted to say for now. Mr. Prime Minister, dear friend, we are going to talk about all these issues. Again, I wanted to convey to you the friendship of France and the friendship that we all share with you.